Welcome back, everyone. We're on Rainbow Watch early on this evening. Good rainbow conditions out there with a few showers around and also some intervals of sunshine, such as here in Columbia and on our Briarfield Healthcare Center's weather camera. We've had these chilly showers coming and going off and on for a handful of hours. We even had some snowflakes earlier on today in parts of the region. And yeah, what you see is what you get here early this evening. I think as we head past sunset into the overnight and those temperatures really start cooling off, we'll be more and more likely to see a few snowflakes. We're really not going to add up to anything, but a few snowflakes and snow grains can be falling from the sky in a few hours and heading through the overnight as well. We got into the 40s today. We'll be in the 30s in a few hours. We'll eventually end up in the 20s by late tonight. A late season shot of colder air to kick off the work week, all the way down to 27 tonight. And then despite plenty of afternoon sunshine tomorrow, we'll get off to a cloudy start, but the afternoon will be bright and sunny, better looking than today. It's going to be a cold day for our Tuesday. Temperatures will fail to get out of the 30s in most of the area. High pressure will pay us a visit tomorrow night. It'll be even colder tomorrow night, but this is pretty impressive for April. Only 37 tomorrow afternoon. Might be one more flurry out there first thing in the morning. The rest of the day should be precipitation free. There's a pretty good chance that these will be the last flurries of the season for us in Northeast Ohio and Western PA. High pressure slides off to the east. A big rebound in our temperatures Wednesday. We'll start in the teens. We'll end up in the 50s by the end of the day on Wednesday as the wind comes back around to the southeast and eventually the south as this warm front lifts in. This next cold front on the weather map by Thursday morning, unlikely to bring us any showers on Thursday. Maybe some showers in Detroit and Toledo and places like that on Thursday. I think we have to wait until Friday into Friday night to see our next chance for showers. But actually, this is a pretty dry forecast for the next week, which is good news. When we look back just over the last 30 days compared to average, we've seen 200 to 400% of our usual rainfall during that month period. It's been pretty wet of late, but our modeling here over the next week showing under an inch worth of rain. I think a lot of us will probably have a quarter of an inch or less worth of rain over the next 7 days, which is good news if you've been longing to dry out your yard and maybe get that first mow of the year out of the way. It's been a little too waterlogged for some of us to get those things done, but a more hospitable pattern for this week. But still too early to talk about starting that garden or putting out those hanging baskets and things like that, because around here typically we don't see our last hard freeze of the spring season until later in April. Sometimes it's as late as May, but the 30-year average date of the last hard freeze is during the last few days of the month of April. We've got a hard freeze coming our way tonight and tomorrow night, all the way down to 18. In fact, the record low tomorrow night is 14. I don't think we'll break that, but we'll be within shouting distance of it. But look at the big change that comes our way from tomorrow night all the way through Wednesday afternoon. We'll rise a good 40 degrees between the morning and the evening, and then it's up and away from there. 68 on Thursday, 71 Friday. Again, rain chances maybe highest later in the day Friday into Friday night, but at this point it looks like a dry weekend. Pretty nice one. 61 Saturday, but the 70s Sunday.
It is. It's going to be nice. I love the temperature trend, and I love that we're going to see some dry days.
Yeah, we haven't had a stretch of dry days in what seems like forever, but it looks like that's coming our way this week.
Yeah, it looks great. Thanks, Eric.